Hey guys, welcome back. Back to 1949. We've got the big series here, the Giants and the Pirates. By the end of the season, we might look back on this and wonder what all the hubbub was about. But right now, this looks really, really big. The Giants and the Pirates are both up there in the pennant race at the very top of the National League. Got 19-7 for the Pirates against 20-7 for the Giants, and Murray Dixon's on the mound here for Pittsburgh, and his first pitch to Marshall is low. The next pitch is inside. 2-0 is now the count. There's a foul ball. It's 2-1 now in Marshall, and there's a strike. 2-2 is now the count. Next pitch comes in, and there's a ground ball over to the right side. Pascal has that one, and he's unable to get the ball to first base as Dixon ended up sort of plastered there on the mound. Couldn't get off the mound in time, and that's going to be a base hit there for Marshall. And so the big game starts off in a big way with a big misplay, and we wouldn't want it any other way, I believe. We've had, as I've said before, we've had our share of awful plays here in recent games, and that was pretty bad. And so that puts a runner on at first base here to start this game off for Sid Gordon, who's hitting .315, 6 home runs. He takes the ball, 1-0 the count now on him. It's inside for another ball. It's 2-0 on Gordon. It's fouled straight back, 2-1 now the count on him. And there goes Marshall for second, and he steals it and then takes third after Fitzgerald's throw goes into the outfield. So Gordon up there now with a runner on third. There's a ground ball over to Castiglione. Marshall's going for home. He throws home, and it's too late. And the Giants do score the first run, 1-0 now. And here's Bill Rigney. Runner on at first base is Gordon, of course. Rigney tries to bunt, fouls one off, then fouls another one off. 0-2 the count. That is inside. 1-2 now the count on Bill. There's a ground ball there to Castiglione, and it's off of his glove, and Rigney will reach first. Gordon goes over to second, and man, the Pirates are just falling apart here. 2 errors in this inning. Whitey Lockman up there now takes a ball very, very high, almost a wild pitch, and that's high again. 2-0 the count now on Lockman. Backdoor slider in there for a strike. It's 2-1. There's a pop-up into the infield. Castiglione has that one for the out, one away. It's Mickey Livingston now. Hits a ground ball down the first base line. That's past Hop, and that is a fair ball for a double. Livingston drives in one. Rigney goes to third. It's 2-0. And here's Bobby Thompson. Thompson with a 10-game hitting streak, hitting only .270, but has the 4 home runs. 1-1 now the count on Bobby. And that's in the dirt. 2-1 now the count. That's in the left field. That's right at Kiner, and he has that for the out. Rigney scores. It's a 3-0 game. Here's Johnny Mize. Mize takes a ball up high, 1-0 the count. And there's a ball inside, 2-0 now the count. And there's another one high, 3-0 the count on Johnny. And that's behind, below the knees for ball 4. And Dixon really struggling in this first inning. Bobby Ron up there now takes a ball and lines one down the right field line for extra bases, and he's got a double, and that scores 1 run, sends Mize to third. Bobby Ron, I was really, really tempted not to start him. The Giants needed a second baseman, and so I thought, well, okay, you only live once. Monty Kennedy up there now, and there he takes a strike, 0-1 the count. And there's a base hit in the center field. Even the pitcher gets a hit. Bobby Ron is trying to score. There's a throw home, and it's not in time. It's 6-0 New York. And, yeah. Well, what do you think? I think that's it for Murray Dixon. I can't see any reason to let him continue to pitch this game. Bill Worley is going to come into this game here for Pittsburgh. It's down 6-0. And I know it's kind of wasting the start from Worley, but man, oh man, the Giants bat around to the first inning, 6-0 the score, 1-2 the count now on Willard Marshall, 2-2 as that was inside. And there's a little fly ball over to right field. Dixie Walker has that for the out. We go finally to the bottom of the first inning. Now that only took 3 minutes of real time, but it felt like an eternity. And I love this. In case you're missing it, New York missed the extra point in the first inning. This is great. This is a great play-by-play, and whoever came up with that one deserves a medal. That's exactly how I feel about this one. That was an absolutely ridiculous first inning for the Giants. Oh my gosh, 6 runs in the first inning in the big game, and Kiner takes a strike, as I said. Another strike in there too. 0-2 the count, and he strikes out on 3 pitches from Monty Kennedy. So much for the theory of maybe the wind's blowing out. Ed Fitzgerald takes a strike. 4 straight strikes thrown by Kennedy. There's a ball, 1-1 the count now to Fitzgerald. Now it's 1-2. Swing and a miss. So Kennedy strikes out 2 in a row, and here's Pete Castiglione. Takes a strike. 0-1 the count. That's high. 1-1 on Pete. Curveball misses. It's 2-1 now on Castiglione. That's a fastball down and in. It's 3-1 on him. And that's hit hard, and that's off of Kennedy, the pitcher, and that's going to be a base hit. for Castiglione. Now, as I've said before, we're not going to worry about that little injury text. We just ignore that here in this replay. Eddie Bachman up there now takes a ball, and there's another one down in the dirt. 2-0 the count now on Eddie. And swings and misses a one. It's 2-1 now on Bachman. There's a ground ball to the left side through for a base hit that sends Castiglione to third. And so the Pirates are showing their bats here. 2 outs. Dixie Walker up. Runners on at first and third. Takes a strike. And there is a grounder past the mound that gets through Rigney. And that's going to be a base hit. We'll play it safe here with Bachman. So runners on at first and second. Now 6-1 is the score. And Wally Westlake comes up there. Maybe there is something with the wind going on. Westlake looks at it pitch high. There's a pop-up, and Ron, the second baseman, has that for the out. We go to the top of the second, and it'll be Sid Gordon who takes the ball. 1-0 the count on Gordon. Only 6 runs for the Giants, so, I mean, there still is a chance. 1-1, now 2-1 after that ball. There's a hit pitch foul back to the backstop. It's 2-2 on Gordon. Takes a sinker low, full count on him, and there's a ground ball over to Bachman at third. Makes a play and throws to first for the out, 1 away. Bill Rigney up there now, takes the ball, and swings and misses a 1. 1-1 now the count on Rigney. And there's a sloppy curveball that's high, 2-1 the count. There's a ground ball over to the right side. Pascal has it, throws to first for the out, 2 away. Whitey Lockman up there now, takes a ball inside. And another one misses just barely inside, and that one's high. 3-0 the count on Lockman, and it's 3-1 as that strike comes in there. Fouls one back, full count on him, and the curveball is low. So Lockman walks with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Mickey Livingston up and takes a ball after swinging and missing out a strike. And there's a ball high, 2-1 the count on him. Lines that one to left field, and that'll send Lockman to second, and they'll hold him there. And here comes Bobby Thompson again, who takes the ball. And another ball, 2-0 the count now on Bobby. There's a ground ball over to Bachman at third base. He steps on the bag by himself, and we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Johnny Hopp. Hopp takes a strike, fastball in there for a strike, and hits one to right field, but it'll stay in the park, and Marshall goes over and grabs it, 1 away. Monty Pascal up there now. He hits a fly ball to left field, and Lockman's got that one for the out, 2 away, and here's Bill Worley, who, of course, is going to hit for himself. And he has a 1-1 count on him after fouling that pitch back, and that's off the plate. It's 2-1 now on Bill. Swings and misses at 1. It's 2-2. Swings and misses at that one, and Kennedy gets the strikeout. We go to the top of the third. It'll be Johnny Mize. Here is Johnny Mize, and we got a couple of little good play-by-play tidbits here. We talk about the Forbes Avenue stop being busy, and then there's that little humorous "Are they already leaving?" a little bit. A lot of good stuff going on here, I'm just trying to take a look here. Let's see here. As I save that little bit of play-by-play, it's not the first thing that we've had from Forbes Field, and I haven't used a lot of this play-by-play yet, and so that's the reason why it's going to take me a second here to capture this. If you haven't played Dynamite Baseball before, you do need to realize that the thing is that the play-by-play that you're used in the game is not, or that's displayed to you in the game, is not saved anywhere. So if you want to save it, it's on you to save it. And so that's the reason why we have to save what we see, because we might not ever see it again. 2-1 now the count on Johnny Mize, and there's a breaking ball that misses. It's 3-1 on him, and there's a swing and a miss. Full count now on Mize, and that was inside, and Worley gives him the walk. Second walk given up by Bill, and here's Bobby Ron, who takes the ball high. And there's a grounder up the middle. Castiglione has it, flips to Pascal for 1, on to Hopp at first for the double play. 1 pitch, 2 outs. Here's Monty Kennedy, who hits one over to Hopp at first, who makes the play and flips it over to Worley covering the bag for the out. Here comes Ralph Kiner now in the bottom of the third. Kiner hits one deep to left field, but just foul. 0-1 the count on Ralph. And then he lines one over to shortstop, and Rigney jumps up and grabs that one. 1 away. Ed Fitzgerald here fouls one back. 0-1 the count on him. Fouls another one back. It's 0-2 on Ed. 0-2 the count remains. That's inside. 1-2 now is the count. That's a little pop-up in the air. Thompson has that for the out, 2 away. And here's Pete Castiglione, who takes the ball low. There's a fastball low and inside. 2-0 the count now on Castiglione. That's bounced in the dirt. It's a 3-0 count on him. And takes the strike inside. 3-1. And there's strike 2. And Castiglione has to stay put. Full count on him now. Pops one up and out of play. Count remains full. Count is still full, and there's one hit hard over to third base. Gordon grabs that, throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the fourth, and here's Willard Marshall, who takes a strike, and another strike. 0-2 the count on Marshall, and that one misses low. 1-2 is the count on him. 2-2 as that's outside. There's a little looper over to center field, falls in front of Westlake for the base hit, and that'll bring up Sid Gordon, who takes a strike. And there's a pitch down and away, 1-1 the count. There's a ground ball over third. Bachman has it over to Pascal for 1 and on to first for the double play. 2 out, and here's Rigney, and he gets hit by the pitch. So Worley's had some problems with his control. And there's a runner on at first base again for the Giants. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth for Whitey Lockman, who has a 1-1 count on him. Pops one up there. Bachman, the third baseman, grabs that and foul ground for the out. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and it will be Bachman. It's one deep left field and just foul. 0-1 the count on him, and takes a fastball at the belt. 0-2. 1-2 as that one was a little below. That fastball was high. 2-2 the count on Bachman now, and that sinker is low. It's a full count on Eddie. That's way outside, and Bachman will take his base, and that'll bring up Dixie Walker here. And let's see what we can do with Bachman here. And there's a strike taken by Walker. 0-1 the count. He fouls one back, so it's 0-2. That takes away the bunt. 1-2 now, the count on him. Count remains 1-2, and that's off the plate. 2-2 now on Dixie. There's a little ground ball back to the box, and Kennedy looks and finally finds Rigney behind him and throws over for the force out, but Walker now is the runner out at first. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth as Westlake takes a strike, and he hits one over to center field, and Thompson can't quite get to that one, and Walker is rounding the bag, and for some reason that was a double, so this is, I'm probably not going to go to... Actually, you know what? I probably can't. So this is another example of poor play-by-play. And the reason why I say this is poor is because there's no indication of like what happened to this ball other than that Thompson can't get it. It's clothesline to right center and Thompson can't get there. How is this a double? Right? But that's what it is, and that's what it turns out being in the game. It's another example of play-by-play that probably needs to be updated. So there's a little bit more meta for you. We've had a lot of that here so far in this replay. And the Pirates are within 4, 6-2 now the score. And Johnny Hop up next, hits one deep to right field for the second out. And Westlake, of course, holds the second. 2 away now. And here's Monty Pascal, 6-2 the ball, the score. Pascal gets a single up the box for a base hit, and we're going to try to score Westlake. Let's see if he can score here. Throw comes in, and he is safe at the plate, and it's a 6-3 ball game now. And here comes Bill Worley, who again will stay in this ball game. He fouls one off, 0-1 the count, and he hits a little hopper down the right field line, and that ends up bouncing off of the glove of Marshall, and Pascal ends up holding a third. And so for Ralph Kiner, now there are runners on at first and third with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth in a 3-run ball game. Imagine this. Kiner 0 for 2 today, takes the ball. He's hitting .356, 10 home runs. It's been a little while. There's another ball high, 2-0 the count now on Ralph. And there's a strike in the inside corner. It's 2-1 on him. There's a little ground ball over to first, and the first base side, rather. Kennedy grabs that and flips over to Mize for the out. We go to the top of the fifth. So the Pirates had a chance to tie this ball game and end up wasting it. Mickey Livingston up there now takes a strike, and another strike. 0-2 the count on Livingston. That's low. It's 1-2 on him. And that's low again, 2-2. And there's one hit deep to right, and Dixie Walker goes back on that one, not deep enough, and gets it for the first out. 1 away. Here's Bobby Thompson. Hits one over the left field, and that will bounce in front of Kiner for a base hit, and Thompson keeps the streak alive, and he's the runner on at first base for Johnny Mize. Mize takes the ball and another ball, 2-0 the count. There's a little pop-up off of first, and it's going to be Hop who grabs that one for the second out, and here comes Bobby Ron. Bobby today, 1 for 2, hitting .500 this season, and he may have a couple more at-bats before whatever happens to him is going to happen. 2-1 the count now on Bobby. And there goes Thompson, and he's able to steal the base easily. 2-2 now the count. There's a pop-up over to the left side, and it's going to be Bachman who grabs that for the out. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning, and it's going to be Ed Fitzgerald who leads this off. Fitzgerald fouls one back and then takes the ball high, 1-1 the count. There's a strike middle in, 1-2 the count now on Ed. Fouls one back, it's still 1-2. And there's a fastball in the outer third of the plate, and that's strikeout number 4 for Kennedy. Remember, he struck out the first 2 men of the ball game. Castiglione up there now takes a strike, and then fouls one back. 0-2 the count on Pete. And that's just low and away, 1-2 now. And there's a little chopper over the head of Kennedy, and that will get down for a base hit. And so Castiglione winds up at first base, and that'll bring up Eddie Bachman. Runner on at first, 1 out, bottom of the fifth. There's a strike in there to Bachman, and a curve high, 1-1 the count. Swings and misses that low fastball, 1-2. There's a curveball over, grounded into the hole on the right side. Ron has the ball, looks over to second, no play, and has to throw to first for the out, 2 away. And that brings up Dixie Walker with the runner on at second, and there's a strike to Dixie and a ball, 1-1 the count. The Buccos trying to come back here, 1-2 the count now on Walker. That's fouled away, still 1-2. and another foul ball. Count remains 1-2, and fouls another one off. Diamond Mine loves these foul balls. There's a ball to him. It's 2-2 now, the count, and there's a swing and a miss. Kennedy finally gets him with the fastball, and that's his 5th strikeout. We go to the top of the 6th, and it will be Kennedy leading this off, and he takes a ball and then hits one over to right field, and that's going to be a single for him. 2nd hit of the game for Monty, who's having a good game. Willard Marshall now, and he's going to, is that a bunt? Yes, he does bunt that over to the left side to send Kennedy to second. I don't understand what the reasoning is here. And Bachman throws over to first for the, to Pascal covering the bag at first for the out. Marshall was 2 for 3. I don't know why he's bunting for the pitcher. And here comes Sid Gordon, and he hits one deep to center field, and that's over the head of Westlake. He jumps and tries to grab that and ends up carrying back to him. That's an easy double for Gordon, and that scores the run. 7-3 now for New York. And here is Bill Rigney. 1-1 the count now on Rigney, and that's a foul ball. It's 1-2 on him. That's in tight. 2-2 now the count. And that's inside. Full count now on Bill, and he takes ball 4 out and away, and that'll bring up Whitey Lockman. Runners on at first and second for the Giants, and there's a breaking ball inside to Lockman. 1-0 the count. That's over the plate. 1-1. That's out away. It's a 2-1 count, and that's on the inside corner. It's 2-2 to Whitey. That's low and inside, and it gets away from Fitzgerald. That's going to be a pass ball on the catcher, and that will load up the count. Full count now on Lockman. And Lockman tips that ball. Foul tip is not caught. Full count again, and that is too low, and Worley has walked him. Worley with 80 pitches, and it may be time to think about taking him out. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do here. So Worley has seen enough. It will kind of screw up the rotation. We got to decide who we want to start. I think we're going to put Kirby Higbee in. We'll probably start Vic Lombardi then tomorrow. So Higbee it will be, and just have to sort of make a mental note of that. That's what we're doing. Because of that, Worley probably will end up missing a start, as if it really matters. Livingston up there now. The infield, of course, back. He fouls one off. There's a ground ball over to Castiglione. Flips to second and on to first for the double play. Pirates get out of it, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 7-3 for New York. It'll be Wally Westlake leading this off. He fouls the ball back. 0-1 the count. There's a strike to Westlake. 0-2. Ground ball over to Ron. He makes the play and throws to first for the out. 1 away. Johnny Hopp up there now. Looks at a high curve and then swings and misses at 1-1 the count now on Hobb. And that's a foot outside. 2-1 is now the count on him. There's a fastball high. It's 3-1 on Johnny. There's a swing and a miss. Full count now on him, and that is wide for ball 4, and Hopp will take his base. And that brings up Monty Pascal, and we're going to have a decision to make here in a second. Pascal takes the ball high and then swings the one and misses. 1-1 the count. There's a shot through the hole and into left field for a base hit. And, of course, we're going to hold up Hopp. I told you we'd have a decision to make, and here it is. Higbee has been pitching well in his one pitch, or his one at-bat. I think there was only one pitch. But we need somebody to come in to hit, and it's going to be Les Fleming with runners on at first and second. And so that means that we have to make a difficult decision. There's a fly ball by Fleming over to Thompson in center field, but not deep enough for the second out, and that'll bring up Ralph Kiner. We wanted Kiner to be back up in this situation. He takes the ball inside, and that's another one inside. It's 2-0 now on Kiner. And there's a smash to left center field, and that one hangs up there for Lockman. Man, that was close. Now, it wouldn't have tied the game because the Giants are up by 4, but it would have actually, it would have made something happen. It would have been interesting. We'll put in Hugh Casey here as the relief pitcher. Casey has thrown 4 innings, 15.75 ERA. This is his 5th appearance. And he throws 2 straight balls to Bobby Thompson, then a strike, 2-1 the count. And that's line to second base, and that's through for a single. And that'll bring up Johnny Mize, runner on at first base. And Mize promptly gets a hit again up the middle, and that's hit number 11 for New York. And that'll bring up Bobby Ron. Ron is 1 for 3 today. And he takes the ball, 1-0 the count. There's a little pop-up over to the left side, out of play. 1-1 now the count. There's a ball wide, 2-1. And that's hit deep to left field, and Kiner goes back and grabs that one for the first out. Thompson then advances to third. 1 away, and here's Monty Kennedy. Kennedy's 2 for 3 today, and he takes a strike. And a ball outside, 1-1 the count. And swings and misses at 1 is 1-2 now on Kennedy. Slider's just slow, 2-2 the count. And there's a ground ball over to second, and let's see, Pascal goes to Castiglione for 1, and the throw to first not in time, and Thompson scores. It makes an 8-3 ball game. Willard Marshall up there now takes the ball low and then fouls one back. 1-1 the count now on Willard. That's in there for a strike. It's 1-2. There's a swing and a miss on one up and away, and that does it, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. So the Giants tack on another run. It's 8-3, and here comes Ed Fitzgerald, who takes the ball. And there's a strike to Fitzgerald, 1-1 the count. That's a fastball up and in. It's 2-1 now on Ed. And that's popped up behind the plate, out of play, 2-2 now the count. There's a ground ball up the middle, the middle up to third base. Gordon has it into the hole there, and he throws over to first for the out, 1 away. Castiglione up there now. It's one over to right field. Marshall has that one for the out, 2 away, and it's Eddie Bachman who takes a strike. 0-1 the count, and there's a pop-up over to center field. Thompson has that for the out. We go to the top of the 8th, and it'll be Sid Gordon up there. Sid Gordon takes the ball and then hits a line drive that goes past Bachman, and Kiner ends up grabbing that one. Good job of cutting that off, keeping Gordon to a single. Gordon now 2 for 5, and here's Bill Rigney who takes the ball. It's a little fly ball over to right field. Walker has that one for the first out. That'll be Whitey Lockman time, and he takes a ball down and away. Another ball in the dirt, 2-0 the count now on Whitey. And there's a strike to him, 2-1 now the count on Lockman. There's a line drive, and Bachman snatches that one out of the air for the second out. That'll bring up Mickey Livingston. There's a little ground ball over to Bascal. He underhands that one over to Hop at first for the third out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Dixie Walker here. And there's a ball high to Walker. 1-0 the count, and he hits one deep to right, just foul. 1-1 now. Foul back. It's 1-2 on Walker, and 2-2 as that one just missed. And that's fouled away. Still 2-2 on Walker, and there's another one wide. Full count now on Dixie. And he takes a fastball on the outside edge for a strike, 1 away, and here comes Wally Westlake. He takes a fastball at the knees for a ball. Fouls one back, 1-1 is the count on him, and swing and a miss at that, 1-2. Fouls another one back, still 1-2 the count. And 2-2 as that one just missed. And the count remains 2-2 after that foul ball, and there's a little foul tip that Livingston can't hold on to. That's fouled away again. And there's ball 3, full count now on Westlake. And there's ball 4, and Westlake is able to earn the walk, and that'll bring up Johnny Hop. Not very exciting to watch a guy earn a walk like that. Hop takes a ball, and then a strike. 1-1 the count on Hop. And there's a fair ball over first base down the right field line, and Westlake is going to try to score here against Marshall's arm. He's able to score standing up. That makes this an 8-4 ball game, and that'll bring up Monty Bascal. So 8-4 as the Pirates get another one back. There's a strike to Bascal. Swings and misses another one. 0-2 the count. That just misses. 1-2. 2-2 as the fastball misses. And that's strike 3 on the inside corner, and that will do that. And we got to do another pinch hitter here, I think. We're probably going to put in, we'll put in Ed Stevens here. We'll use up all these first basemen we have on the bench. Ed Stevens comes up there with the runner on at second. Not exactly a close game, 8-4. There's a single through the left side for a base hit, and we're going to play a little bit safe with Hop with Ralph Kiner coming up. So Kiner, for the third time in a row, comes up with 2 men on base, and he's been over 4 today. He's wasted these opportunities. Let's see if Ralph can do it this time. And he hits a little ground ball over to short. Rigney has it, flips over to second for the out, and that's it. Kiner not exactly having the best day of his life. And we'll put in Hal Gregg here to pitch this top of the 9th inning. Hal Gregg comes in, 3.1 innings pitched, 3 1/3 rather, 5.40 ERA. Throws a ball to Bobby Thompson, and another ball inside, 2-0 the count. And there's a strike to Bobby. It's 2-1. That just missed. 3-1 the count now on Bobby. And there is a strike in there. Strike 2, full count. There's a pop-up, and it's just foul. And there's the pitch in there knee high for strike 3. Third strikeout of the season for Gregg. 1 away, and here is Johnny Mize. Mize takes a strike and then fouls one back, and now he lunges that one hit over to Bachman, the third baseman, for the second out, and that'll bring up Bobby Ron. Ron takes a strike and a ball. 1-1 now the count on Ron. There's one line straight over to Westlake in center field, and that'll do that. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and here comes Ed Fitzgerald. There's a ball in there to Fitzgerald. 1-0 the count, and that's lifted back up and foul. 1-1 the count now on Ed. Fastball just hits the outside corner. It's 1-2, and there's a called strike 3. That's strikeout number 8 for Kennedy. 1 out here for Pete Castiglione, who takes a strike. Kennedy throwing great today. There's a ball into Pete. 1-1 the count. That just misses high. It's 2-1. Foul back. It's 2-2 on Pete, and that's in close. Full count on him now. And he swings and misses that high fastball. That's strikeout number 9 for Kennedy. 2 away. Eddie Bachman up there hits the first pitch he sees up the middle for a base hit, and so he'll be the runner on at first. And here is Dixie Walker. And Walker takes a strike, then a ball. 1-1 the count. And there's a ball to him. It's 2-1. And there's one fouled off. 2-2 the count on Walker. Another pitch fouled off. It remains 2-2. And let's see here. There's a called strike 3 on the inner half, right below the belt. and that's the ball game. Kennedy strikes out 10, and this was a pretty wild one. The Giants end up scoring all the runs in the first inning, 8-4, the final score, and that means that the Giants now have a commanding lead over first place. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if the Dodgers and Cardinals can catch up to them or not. We have a long way to go from here, and I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.